Matthew Holt back again on HIMSS TV. I had an incredibly unexpected pleasure just plop into my lap, and I am here to interview the CEO of perhaps the largest technology vendor in all of healthcare. Here he is, Brantley Widdington, the CEO of Extormity. Brantley, I am delighted to be with you. You have been impressing the industry with your fast-paced dynamism over the last few years, and especially the flood of press releases about industry-leading thoughts and ideas. So can you just give me a sense about where is Extormity in the market today?
Well, we actually just put out our latest press release talking about the fact that we have recently surveyed our user base, and we have unprecedented levels of dissatisfaction. In fact, more than 40% of our users report that they are seriously dissatisfied with the performance, not only of our product, but of our people, our support staff, our implementation staff. And, you know, we are proud of the fact that we are way beyond the industry averages here. And in fact, if you look at some recent studies that were published, for example, by Black Book, that indicated that nearly 20% of providers are actually planning to deinstall their first EHR, we found that among our user base, it's closer to 50%.
That sounds fantastic. So presumably the deinstallation costs are pretty extreme.
Well, exactly. A lot of people say, well, you know, aren't you worried about what this means for your financial future? But actually, for us, we make so much money in terms of the deconversion costs. You know, we actually have termination clauses that have just onerous, odious requirements from a financial point of view. And the other thing that we're finding, too, is that even though we're losing customers, many of our competitors are also losing customers at an alarming rate, and we're able to pick those folks up because many of them haven't heard about how horrible our service is.
That's fantastic. So I think what I'm wondering about is, why have you decided to come out so aggressively with this kind of marketing? Over the last few years, you've been releasing press releases about things like your inability to do new apps. I remember actually that you bought every single company at the Health 2.0 conference last year. Is that true?
Well, we did. You know, we've amassed a pretty sizable war chest over the years, and when we were at Health 2.0, what we saw was a lot of disruptive innovation, and frankly, that scared the heck out of us. We don't want people to come along and kill the golden goose, or that we've really worked hard to raise over these years. So what we've done is we actually acquired every single app developer, every single new emerging company. We put them all into a big strategic group where they all sort of get lost. And over time, they realize that, I guess, our innovations are never going to go anywhere. They quit, and they usually go to another industry. So we're able to continue to dominate, unlike many of our competitors.
So I think what you're essentially saying overall is that in Extormity's hands, the future of healthcare is pretty safe.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You can look forward to an expensive, exhausting, exasperating, approach in terms of if you look at dealing with vendors like us, you will continue to be frustrated, but at the same time, you will continue to spend exorbitant sums of money on health IT.
This sounds like a recipe for an even bigger and more fun HIMSS in the years to come.
Oh, absolutely. Normally at HIMSS, we've kind of tried to keep a low profile. But we've decided that for HIMSS Orlando next year, we're actually going to reserve half of the exhibit hall floor.
And that'll be smooth. And then you can populate that with your happy clients. And you can probably put your customer service team in there too.
Oh, absolutely. We will bring folks in. You know, what we're intending is a nonstop party at HIMSS next year. And our intent is to really open it up, invite customers and prospects in, ply them with alcohol. Hopefully we can have some live entertainment, and people will never have a reason to leave our exhibit and go talk to other vendors.
So I've been talking with perhaps the greatest marketer in healthcare, Brantley Widdington from Extormity, who's supplied at least the market with, whether or not that was true, an endless supply of very funny press releases. On the other hand, maybe you're not really Brantley Widdington after all. Who actually are you?
I'm actually Jeff Donnell, and I'm president of a company called No More Clipboard, and we're an electronic patient engagement solutions provider.
And you don't really have a huge booth with, a limitless space at HIMSS, and you don't really actually have a old-fashioned client-server 1960s technology, do you?
No, we don't. We have actually some very advanced software as a service technology. We do have an exhibit here at HIMSS, but it's not a gargantuan booth. We don't have an aircraft carrier like some of the vendors down on the show floor. And actually, the way we've been able to prosper is by providing solutions that are valuable to consumers and to clinicians, and also by providing good implementation, project management, and support, sort of the antithesis of Extormity.
Well, Extormity's been a lot of fun, and I was actually one of the people who said you should never uncover yourself, but I know you did. So let's tell me a little bit about your new movement today, which is the impatient movement. So talk about being impatient.
Sure. One of the things that we did last year was we did research with our consumer users. And one of the things that we heard over and over from consumers is that they're frustrated with the fact that they'll take the time to build out a personal health record, to enter all of their data for themselves and their family members, and then they show up at the doctor's office, the doctor takes a look at it and says, you know what, this is great, here, fill out my clipboard anyway. And they said, can you help us with that? We need a way to educate our physicians, to educate the provider community. By the same token, as we talked with providers, they were also frustrated. So what we did is we started the impatient movement. We're working with Microsoft Health Vault, with the folks from the ONC, with the state of Indiana, and the idea is to really create this online movement to bring consumers and clinicians together. And to really provide education and to ultimately help enable the flow of electronic data.
And you can find that where?
At impatientmovement.org. You can go there, you can sign up and join.
That's fantastic. So I've been talking with Jeff and Brantley, maybe it may not be the same person alter ego, from Extormity and No More Clipboard, and definitely check out that impatientmovement.org, and I'll look forward to seeing more of you on HIBC TV or HIBC TV in about an hour, but I think right now the camera's going to go and see a press conference with the ONC.